Joining us right now is a band that's not twice, but thrice as nice. Triple Charm, hello.
Hi. I love that.
I spent a little bit more time than I should have dreaming up the intro, but it worked. I stuck the landing. Now we've got, is it Amalia, Reina, and Gabriella here?
That's right.
Yes, this is Amalia, Reina, Gabriella.
Well, the reason that we're talking here today is because of a new song called No Problema. And obviously it's got the Latin beat underneath. It ties into your Latina roots. But tell me a little bit more about where that song comes from. What inspired you at the start of it all?
Yeah, so we definitely wanted to write another Latin-inspired song. We had written one a little while ago. It was called Don't Need a Reason. It was our first Latin-inspired single. Yeah. So we knew we wanted it to be Latin vibes. And then since like Latin music is such a danceable type of energy and type of beat, we knew we wanted it to be like dance party energy. So then we also wanted to experiment with like mixing different genres. So there's a little bit of like the house, reggaeton, then a little bit of like a Caribbean. So yeah, we wanted to like tell the story of basically anytime that you feel like you're daydreaming, maybe you're in a long meeting or like at school, and you kind of like start to drift off into your own paradise. Yes. That's what we wanted the story to tell.
That's the feeling we wanted to capture throughout the whole song.
Yeah, like drifting into your own paradise where there's no problema.
You've also got a song that came out recently called Tough Boy. What defines toughness for you, either for boys or for girls?
Yeah, that's such a good question. Yeah.
I think somebody that is tough is somebody that's empowered and feels confident in themselves. Yeah. I think that's
definitely like owning your voice
for sure.
And then let's talk about one more song title. That's Thrive. For you three specifically, this is you personally. How would you define thriving?
Yeah, that's amazing.
I would kind of take a page out of our single Thrive. And I think we kind of described it pretty well in this song. Yeah. So don't want to just live, do more than survive. So it's like beyond just living and going through the motions, you're thriving.
That's a good one.
That's great.
Okay, I would say for me, thriving is when you're at like, when you find balance. Because I feel like you can't really be thriving if you're out of balance. So to me, thriving is when you're in perfect balance. You got everything you need.
Yeah, to me, thriving is when you're blooming. It's like a flower, you know, how they thrive under the sun and with water. So as long as you're watering yourself and, you know, taking it in, thriving.
Very cool. And all of those are reasons that I go see my therapist once a week to get on the path toward. Anyway, band name Triple Charm begs another question. What does it take for somebody, say a romantic interest, to charm you?
Ooh, I love all those playful words.
So good.
Oh my gosh.
Great question.
So I think confidence is charming.
Confidence is very charming.
And kindness is charming.
Yes.
And I think something that is super important is watching how they treat their own family. That is like number one.
We're very family oriented.
Yes, family is the most important thing to us. So to see how they treat their family, they respect their parents, their family, all that. That's a very green flag, yes.
I love the idea of the dance party, especially who doesn't love a Latin dance party out at the clubs or at a bar or at a concert. And you've recently announced and started working towards doing some more live shows, some more live performances. I'm not super familiar with all of the backstory for Triple Charm. So these New York City and LA dates, are they kind of your first two shows?
So we actually had our first live show in May of this year. It was in Orlando and we sold it out. And that was such an amazing experience. I mean, we grew up performing. So we grew up as competitive dancers. So it's always been our favorite thing in the world. So we're very excited for these two upcoming shows and to get back on stage.
Oh my gosh.
Where geographically do you want your music and your careers to take you? You know, what would be the pinnacle of success when you finally announce a show at wherever that is?
Global.
Yeah. Hopefully everywhere. Yeah. We love to travel. So we'd like to go to every possible place we can.
Reach everyone. That's what's so cool about social media. Like we get to see comments from people all over the world. So we'd love to visit them and perform for them all.
Yes.
Definitely. So you'd want to do like, I mean, I guess it depends on your definition of a country, but 180 something different tour dates all in a different country.
Oh yeah, one day. That'd be perfect.
That sounds awesome. You've mentioned traveling before. Where's some of your favorite places to go for vacation?
That's a good question. We don't actually vacation that much.
Mm.
Say you could definitely find us
Yes.
at the beach. We live
Yes.
pretty close to the beach, so we love a good beach
Mhm.
moment. Our favorite vacation. I mean, I'm
Well,
speaking for all
we
of us.
just-
Yes.
Okay.
But our favorite vacation so far has been our trip to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we just
Yes.
went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
To film
Yeah.
our music video for No Problema, which was the most
So
incredible
beautiful.
experience.
Yeah.
I would say that's definitely top
Yeah.
vacation we've been on so far.
So fun.
I've always wanted to go to Puerto Rico because that's where our grandparents grew up.
Mhm.
So it was just so amazing to not only capture it for our audience and to portray that beautifulness in a video, but also to be there and experience it.
Traveling to the quote unquote 51st state was one half vacation, but another half definitely work for you.
Yeah.
I want to get into another upcoming holiday, and that would be Christmas, or I suppose to borrow a little bit of Spanish. I'm curious what it would take for Triple Charm to have a Feliz Navidad.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully some nice weather.
Yes, nice weather would be
Yes.
good.
Yeah, that'd be
It's
awesome.
always pretty warm over here. It never gets like
It's like 80-degree Christmases is what
Yeah.
we've got going on.
so. Hopefully, we can have a
some
little
cold
bit.
Christmas.
Yeah,
I think
vibes.
60-65 degrees, that'd be absolutely
Right.
magical.
and then
Mhm.
family time.
Yes.
Spending it together.
always.
Oh, and I was just adding baking cookies is
Yeah,
really
yes.
one
We
of our
do a
favorite
Christmas
things to
cookie
do.
bake off every year.
Mhm.
This is gonna be. Is it our 4th annual year?
I think so.
Fourth,
Yeah,
yeah.
4th annual.
All right, we will come back to that in a moment. But first, you said nice weather, and then you said 60 something degrees. So y'all are tired of the heat? Is that what I'm hearing?
A little bit.
A
It would
little
be
bit,
nice for a
but
change
yes.
of pace. A little
Mhm,
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would like to go outside and
Yeah.
film some videos and not
Drip and
Sweat.
sweat.
Yeah.
completely like
Yeah.
dripping in
During the
sweat by the time we're done.
No, that's
But yeah.
true.
Oh, I'm grateful we don't have snow. I
Yes.
like the heat. Or
Yeah,
like
we
the-
do like the heat.
Sure. I mean, I'm from Atlanta, so I'm
Yeah.
also like that. When I have lived in places that have snow, it's not very fun. And when I live in places
Yeah.
that are warmer, then all of a sudden I'm like, well, I'd like maybe 60 degrees.
Yeah.
That would be cool. So
Exactly.
okay, so you mentioned the cookies with the Christmas cookie bake off. Who's the best baker in the family?
I don't know. It
Oh.
changes every year. isn't
I
it?
would say it's me. I've won the most consistently in this
Okay.
Bake Off challenge.
Alright.
So I would like to
Fair.
personally crown myself because I cannot cook. So I will happily give that crown to both of them.
Yes.
I cannot cook for the life of me. So I say baking is my forte.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your go-to flavor? You're baking the ultimate Christmas cookies. Let's say, you're having whole family and family's family over and you're on cookie duty. What are you baking?
Anything with chocolate. That's my go-to. I love chocolate. So
Yes.
anything with chocolate.
Well, I love chocolate too, and by the end of this conversation, it's safe to say I think everybody loves Triple Charm. Great people, might I add. Great songs with a lot of fun elements from all across the world, and charming personalities as well.
Oh,
So
thank you.
thank you for charming me.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
Yeah.